I think we're all dying to know what is going to happen. What's going to happen next? Can you just spoil the entire season
I don't
from start to finish?
Well, I mean, you have seen Star Trek before, yes?
I've caught it, yeah.
If you've seen a two-parter, it was important to us to do something that you'd seen on other Star Trek shows and try to do it as well as it could possibly be done. I love original two-parters on the show, and so we really wanted to do part one and part two. And my favorite thing about part two is when they say, and now comes the conclusion of part two. That's what you're going to get season 3.
Oh boy, that's exciting. Okay. And this is really for everybody on the panel, but you guys are kind of getting into the romantical side of Star Trek. And I'm just so curious with how we left Spock and Chapel off, like, what's next? Who's shipping who? I want to know too.
Yeah, I mean, the little secret of our show is although we have returned to episodic, we get to do serialized character arcs. And when you're trapped in a small or not so small spaceship with a lot of very attractive people, shit happens. I mean, it's not nobody's fault. So we are constantly trying to evolve what we call secretly love stories in space. Just to mix it up this year, you will meet, for those of you who are canon fans, Dr. Roger Corby. And that might throw a monkey wrench.
Wow.
A little one.
Okay, that's a review.
Yeah, that was a reveal.
Okay, speaking of reveals though, that was a pretty big one last season, right? With Scotty. Are we getting some more Scotty? What's going on?
We get some more Scotty.
We're getting some more Scotty! Okay.
Scotty is a regular on season 3. You will see Scotty. Scotty works on the ship.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm the regular, you said. All right, I'm calling you if that's not true. Alex, I think we're also excited because this show was renewed for season 4. What do you think is the secret sauce of the show? What makes it so special?
I think the cast is unbelievable. I think that it goes back, obviously, and this was very much Keith Van Henry's design from the beginning, but it goes back to TOS and standalone episodes that carry emotional serialization from through the continuity of the show. The fact that it switches genres so easily and deftly, it feels like old school Trek in a very new school way.
A couple of questions. First of all, don't look me directly in the eyes. You're too attractive. Are we talking about this? But how was it not being the only Vulcan for a change?
So on one level, it was like being with family for the first time on the ship.
No.
They've all got pointy ears, and then they were so insulting to me that I was outside all over again. But it's nice to have a little bit of home with you wherever you go. Vulcans are better.
Did you have any tips for them as to how to fully embody their inner Vulcan?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they really came up with their own Vulcan personalities themselves, and I was surprised and delighted to see them on set. And they really didn't need very much help, to be honest with you. I spoke at some length with Celia about sort of my internal process that I won't go into, but yeah, it turned out beautifully, and they were hilarious. So
Watch the eyes, please. That's wonderful. The eyes, that's wonderful. Rebecca, we get to see you back in the captain's chair this year. How was that? Where you belong, frankly. How was that?
Feels great. Feels great in the captain's chair. Actually, I got to sit in the captain's chair quite a bit this season. That's the job of number 1 when the captain's out. Felt great, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun place to sit.
No, we love him. We'll see him next time. Akiva, Henry, I have questions for you too. One of my favorite things about this show is that you can look me in the eye. No offense, no shade. It's a different, Ethan and I have a different thing going on. But one of the things I love about the show is that you boldly go into all of these different genres. The genre's really genre in this show. And I'm just curious, like, where are we going next? Are there some new areas of Trek that we're going to get to explore in this new season?
Yeah, there are. I mean, I think that we obviously tested ourselves with the musical, and we're so delighted by the result that we hear the clarion call of the original show, which is keep your stories emotional and then use genre as a lens to talk about today's problems, tomorrow's problems, maybe remedies, and also to entertain. So, we have a sort of steady pulse, which is a little bit the Twilight Zone, a little bit of, oh, Henry, what's the moral of the story? And then we have sci-fi, action, adventure, because that's the bread and butter of the narrative. And then we try, as the original series did, to reframe in genre. Jonathan Frakes, who has never met a secret he has kept, has already shared that we are doing a Hollywood murder mystery, of which we indeed are, although I will say that, like the musical, it is rooted in Star Trek reality, so there's a reason for it. But we will do any genre that we feel the cast can work in, and so far we haven't found one they can't. We're trying. So far they keep beating us to the punch.
In today's world, there seems to be a lot of conflict and not a lot of resolution. So what is the message you would like to leave this new generation of Trekkers?
Great question.
I think we can't just define ourselves by the things that we don't want to be or the things we disagree with. I think we have to define ourselves by the things we believe in and the things that we do want to become. I think that's a big part of what Star Trek has to say.
Sir Conehead.
My name's Dan Cooper, and this is for Ethan. I've seen you at several panels in the past. And have you seen any of my brothers, other Coneheads out there?
Confused cone trekkers?
True.
I'm not sure. What kind of brethren are you talking about? Oh, I think so, yeah, definitely. I feel like, have I been in something with you where you've seen
I don't remember seeing
such a type of person? I hope to see more.
Sir, you're beautiful, no matter what they say.
Indeed.
The series has meant so much to me personally. It helped inspire me to come out to my family and my community. So this really means a lot to me, so thank you for starting the new era that we have now. But my question is for the whole panel. What moment throughout the history of Star Trek, be it a quote, an episode, a moment, that sticks with you guys, that you really appreciate, that you can rewatch over and over and over, that you just really like the most?
I'm going to get it wrong, but don't you see the difference? He's right. He's white on the right side and black on the left. Like, for me, that's everything that Star Trek is, which is to show us ourselves in a carnival mirror, to sneak up on us and our a priori assumptions, and to not be value neutral, to say this is the future we want, this is the future we can earn, and this is the future humanity deserves. Let's stand up and be worthy.
My question is for everyone. I'm a huge fan. If you could bring in any character from any of the shows for any reason, who would you bring?
Oh, I've always wanted to bring Odo. I'm a Deep Space Nine fan, and I would love to see. I would love to see him return in some way. I mean, I know there are reasons why that's not technically possible, but it is possible in the way that we can do television shows. So.
We were thrilled to do the crossover episode with Lower Decks. It was challenging and really fun, and for personal reasons, I would have loved to have Jack Ransom on our show. That's it.
Disclaimer, they're married.
This is a slightly technical question, but I always thought of Star Trek as a musical in more of a classic Rodgers and Hammerstein kind of way. You guys went for a more forward-thinking kind of Jonathan Larson way. So was there any thought of maybe bringing it back to more of a classical standard kind of approach to musicals?
Why did you do it like that?
I think we honestly came at it from the perspective of we wanted to feel what the characters were going through, and so that was what inspired the songs. I think that we sort of had thought. I assumed that everyone would think, "Oh, Star Trek's going to do a musical; it's going to be silly." We wanted to surprise them and try to do something that would make you cry, and so we approached it from the idea of what are songs that really hit us. And so when you're hearing the songs reveal things about character. They reveal things about story, so that the show doesn't stop to do the singing. The singing has to reveal something. And for some reason, those songs really spoke to us. But we like all kinds of songs, and I wouldn't say that we were against any of that. I would say that's something that we would love to try sometime.
And you guys worked in some Gilbert and Sullivan for Una.
Yeah, we did.
And you'll be interested to know that we are in the very early stages of exploring whether or not we can bring a version of that to the stage.
What?
I can't believe you just said that.
Tonight, no.
Right now.
You guys sing. Go ahead, sing.